3.3 1.
One thing I really hate waiting for is waiting at home for a delivery to arrive, because sometimes you get like a 2-hour delivery window and that's fine, but more often they'll say could be any time 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and you're stuck in the house. You don't even dare go and buy a pint of milk, and of course it always ends up arriving at 5 to 7 in the evening and you spent the whole day waiting.
2.
It annoys me if I have to wait for web pages to load if there's a really bad internet connection and the pages are very slow to load and you actually sort of see one line loading at a time, pixel by pixel it seems. But, invariably, if you need the information, you sit and wait as long as it takes.
3.
Is there anything I really hate having to wait for? Not particularly. I'm fairly patient. If I'm in a queue, I'm fairly patient, but I will get annoyed if people start to disregard the laws of queues and try and jump them or try and get to the front in some other way. As long as there's a system to follow it, that usually keeps me calm.
4.
I really hate waiting for anything where I've been given an appointment time for a specific hour, a specific time, and then having to wait for ages before I have it. So, for example, a hairdresser or a dentist or a doctor. I think particularly things like hairdressers and dentists, because I think they must know how long the previous person's going to take. They don't have to deal with emergencies or anything like that. So, why can't they give me a correct time? I'm very punctual, so I always turn up on time. In fact, usually at least 5 minutes early. And it really, really annoys me if I have to wait for a long time. Anything more than 15 minutes over the appointment time drives me completely insane.
5.
Waiting for Jerry, my husband, is a complete nightmare because he's never ready on time. And I always tell him to be ready 15 minutes before we need to be ready. And even so, he's so late. It drives me completely bananas. I don't know why it drives me completely bananas because, in fact, we often don't need to be there on time, or it doesn't need to be that kind of precise, but it does. I hate it. He's preening himself, getting his jacket on and looking at himself in the mirror. He takes much more time than I do.
6.
I can't abide waiting in check-in queues at airports because I'm standing in the queue watching people take ages and ages and ages to check in, and I know when I get to the front of the queue, I'll do my check-in in 20 seconds. I don't know why these other people can't do the same.